So we got Joe T1000 Tussing versus Dock Phelps. I'm not really too familiar with either one of these guys or really their gyms. I am pretty familiar with Dock Phelps' trainer, Ty Upshur. Like I said earlier, I actually fought his brother years ago right here in Rage in the Cage. So, but I assume with Ty Upshur, this guy's going to be more of a jiu-jitsu type fighter as opposed to a striker. But it's hard not to root for a guy with a handlebar mustache like that.
5'7", 140, yeah, great stash. Had a run around the venue a few times, jogging, come back, weigh in again, kept jogging, came back, weighed in again last night at the weigh-ins for this fight. He's 1-0 as a pro, fighting out of Chandler, Bambusa MMA, and Power MMA. Danny Brandt trains him in Muay Thai, and we know how good of a coach Danny Brandt is on the Muay Thai side. So Dock Phelps at 32 years old, going to take on Joe Tussing. Tussing, T1000 at 31, 3-3. Pro debut, 3-time Nevada State Freestyle and 4-time Greco champion. In the cage awaiting Dock Phelps, who, as I just mentioned, coached by Danny Brandt, Muay Thai, Ty Upshur as well. You know these guys, so Papa Dock Phelps on his way to the cage now.
Yeah, I'm a little confused here. I mean, he trains at Power MMA, but doesn't do the jiu-jitsu there. He does it with Bambusa MMA with Ty Upshur. I wonder why he doesn't just fully stay at Power
with Andre Maracaba there and that elite jiu-jitsu program. I guess whatever he's comfortable with, right? Guys train at multiple gyms now. You've done it.
Yeah.
You did some stuff out at the lab and at AZ Combat Sports before you opened up Impact MMA. John Moraga does it now with 3 gyms.
Yeah.
He works with Tom Ortiz up at Fight Ready. He works with the Lallies at Arizona Combat Sports, and he works out at the lab as well with John Crouch and Benson Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, people are starting to do it where they can get the best training possible. I've been fortunate enough that I built quite the team. I got great coaches. Arguably, I got the best coaching staff in the Valley at my gym. Got Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, program ran by Brendan Barlow, who got his black belt from Felipe Costa, 2-time world champion. I have Nick Chastain that runs our striking. He's the most decorated guy in Arizona as far as professional kickboxing is concerned. He's got every belt, amateur belt, that the nation has to offer. But yeah, guys do travel a lot. Like you mentioned, John Moraga goes everywhere. I still travel. I go to Gustavo Dantes because he's been my coach for 10 years Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Even though I have a great Jiu-Jitsu coach at my gym, I go with Gustavo because that's what my loyalty is to Gustavo. I want to get my black belt from him eventually one day.
So a great explanation there, Jamie Varner, as to why guys train with different coaches in different disciplines. Joe Tussing and Dock Phelps. Let's go up to Rick for the intros.
Oh, yeah, ladies and gentlemen. This bout is brought to you by Walk Up Fight Gear. Look good, feel good, perform good. Now for the principals on my left, pacing in the red corner, wearing red trunks and a really, really cool handlebar mustache. I'm just saying, it actually is pretty cool. He's making his pro debut here in front of you fine folks this evening, coming to us from Las Vegas, Nevada, where he fights out of Team Hollywood Fight Club. He is 5'9" tall, weighed in at 140 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Joe T1000 Tussing. Tussing. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the camo and black trunks, comes to us from Chandler, Arizona, where he fights out of the Bambusa and Power MMA. He is 5'7" tall, 140 pounds, with a record of 1 win, no losses. Ladies and gentlemen, Dock Phelps. Phelps. Mr. Al Guiney is our 3rd man in the cage.
All right, Jim Grieshaber, Jamie Varner. This is a catchweight fight at 140. Joe Tussing making his pro debut against the 1-0 Dock Phelps. Tussing in the red tights and Phelps in the camo trunks as we get it going here, Jamie.
Yeah, Tussing's pretty hyped up, man. The other guy looks a little bit more relaxed. we'll see how this goes. I don't know if this was all just a show, but you got the Superman punch followed by the body kick. Gets a pretty easy takedown right there. Looks like Tussing wants to keep this fight on his feet.
I think that was a slip by Phelps.
Yeah, nice little southpaw head kick right off the bat. Didn't even set it up though, just threw it up there. Nice straight left. I'm thinking Dock Phelps needs to get this fight to the mat. This guy's too confident on his feet. I would want to try and suck the life out of him on the mat. Get him tired, then maybe go try my hand at fighting up top.
His look, his build, his attitude kind of reminds you of somebody in the UFC who's making some waves, Conor McGregor.
A little bit, right? He does kind of look Conor McGregor-esque. He doesn't throw all the karate kicks that Conor throws, but he just ate a nice right hand. He came in with a decent combination, but ate a right hand on his way out. Still sizing each other up a little bit. Looks like no one's really kind of committed. Oh, but you got Dock Phelps just running in with his head up. That's not good for business. That's how you get knocked out right there, running at somebody with your chin up in the air. But Tussing doing a good job, pressuring him up against the cage, looking for some knees, breaking away. Looked like he even threw a little elbow out.
Tussing missed with the elbow. Phelps missed with the uppercut. Minute and a half gone in round number 1 of this 140-pound matchup here at Rage in the Cage 174. Phelps with a knee, trying to use some of that Muay Thai. Now a takedown for Tussing.
Nice inside trip by Tussing, man. That's a very elite. Oh,
Phelps has the armbar.
Good defense by Tussing. That was a pretty tricky armbar he had going on there.
Now Tussing looking for some ground and pound with some elbows and that grinding of the elbow against the side of the face, which never feels good.
No, I mean the elbows generally aren't knockout weapons. They cut you. And a fight can be ended with a cut. We've seen that several times. Joe Lozon versus Mike Chiesa is like the first thing that pops into my mind. Got hit with the knee, got a big cut, ended the fight. I mean, Chiesa still wanted to fight, but obviously the doctors wouldn't let that go. But we've seen 3 fights in from this position tonight. Guy's got the mount position. Still looking for those elbows. He just needs to keep raining down bombs.
Tussing very confident in his striking. Ground and pound here, maintaining top position over Phelps, and those elbows are connecting. Yeah, 2 in a row.
This is where you don't want to be. If you're Dock Phelps, you've got to get out of this position. You may eat a couple shots on your way out, but he needs to try and push a leg. He needs to turn. He needs to make something happen, try and force him back into half guard. He needs to get out of this mount position. There's nothing offensive you can do when you are being mounted. When you have a guy on top of you like that, there's nothing he can do to be offensive. He needs to go back. He needs to get into half guard and try and make something happen from half guard. But mount is a very helpless position.
We had Tussing's right arm for a minute there, but not anymore as Tussing continues with some wild shots. The elbows are connecting more than the punches.
I mean, I will give it to Doc. He's doing a good job defending everything. And he's doing a great job blocking the punches with his face. I mean, I don't really like that. He needs to just get out of mount right now. It's not like this guy's got a tight mount. You see how he sits up every once in a while? You can see a little light in between his legs. I mean, this isn't a tight mount. He should be able to get out. He just needs to turn to his side, push a leg, and force half guard. Oh, cut opened up. Cut opened up.
Is he going to survive the final minute of this round is the question. Phelps really bleeding, and that's it.
That's all she wrote.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a big cut right there.
Really got opened up by Joe Tussing.
Yeah, this is you don't want to be mounted and eating elbows. He needed to get out. He needed to get out right away. But, well, I'm going to go have a talk with old T1000.
Dominating performance by Joe Tussing as Jamie Varner heads up to do the interview in the cage. Tussing wins his pro debut over Dock Phelps as we take a look at the replay early on in the fight. A little knee into the midsection from Phelps. And the takedown from Tussing. Phelps would never get up. He tried the armbar. Circling around was Tussing, reversing it. Oh, that's some good grappling right there from Tussing. Really good replay for you there. And there's the choke and the tap with the blood pouring out of the face of Dock Phelps. In just a couple of minutes, we are going to meet middleweight champion Daniel Madrid here at Rage in the Cage, and his opponent for Rage in the Cage 175 coming up on December 27th Aaron Beast Mode Brown. A very special intro coming up next before we get to the rest of the portion of our card, which is 4 title fights. Gelati Davis at welterweight, Nuzo Robinson at 145, Rowe and Young at 165, and the heavyweights, Soapy and Deweese. As you see, Tussing with the blood of Phelps all over his face. Phelps being tended to by the Dock in the middle of the cage. There's Jamie talking to Joe T1000 Tussing in the cage. Good win for him. Of course, a lot of blood came out of the forehead of Dock Phelps, the 32-year-old fighting out of Chandler. Tussing egging on the crowd, trying to get them to scream for him a little bit here. Got a lot of bravado, got that stash, got the confidence, the swagger for sure. There's our Doc right there talking to Tussing as they continue to work on Phelps in the middle of the cage. Take a look at Tussing there, missing a tooth. I think we're just about ready for the official decision as Tussing egging on the crowd a little bit. Let's go up to Rockin' Rick Reyes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the official time. 4 minutes, 3 seconds in the first round. Your winner due to submission tap due to rear naked choke. Fighting out of the red corner, Joe T1000 Tussing.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.